If the sky could dream, it would dream of dragons. They are the exception, the absolute, the unchanging rulers of the world above us. Humans are fickle. The king sits on the chair, the rich man guards his share so the poor man can never fare. But in the presence of dragons, none will care. They are helpless. They are the same, statues, in awe of a greater creation than themselves. They can do nothing but hold each other and pray for mercy. The king, the rich and the poor are now one. The terror binds them together in this feeling. Fear makes family. But even among these strange and beautiful beasts called dragons that inspire such family, there are kings. There are those who sit the chair. So let us journey now into discovering these ancient beings, these dragon kings that sit the throne, that deserve to be called the strongest. Imagine for a moment, hello, I have burned you, but do not worry, I did it for you, to mark you as my own. I want to be your friend. They might not like it, those other people around you, but don't worry about them. They don't matter. All that matters is me and you. So I implore you, come and find me, but don't take too long, or I'll find you. You wake up to the sound of fire, and you smile, for you're home. The candles dance around you as you move to the window and let in the morning wind, taking in the kingdom below. Your city, soon, you will be its ruler, but not yet. Not until tonight, not until the ceremony. There's still something you have to do. The door opens behind you and out comes your mother, the queen, tall, beautiful, and pregnant. She smiles as she looks to you, and her eyes light up. Are you ready? She asks you, and you look out to the city. Yes. She looks to you, looking through you. Don't lie, not to me, she says as she holds you there. You saw through me that easily? The mother knows these things. I don't know if I'm ready, you tell her. I can't be responsible for all of this. I can't be responsible for all these people in the kingdom. And I had the strangest dream today. Someone was talking to me, like they knew me. And she laughs at that. Erwards Targaryen, she says. You are the kind of queen we need now more than ever. A strong foundation to weather the storm. You laugh at that. Me? The strong foundation? I favor the storm. She holds you closer. I'll hear no more of that. You are what, you ask? Ungrateful, petulant, undeserving? Your mother makes a circle with her fingers and places it on your head, and you look up to her and nod. I'm ready. Your father once told you that madness and greatness were two sides of the same coin. Every time a new Targaryen is born, he said, the gods toss the coin into the air and the world holds its breath to see how it will land. Today is the day they see how you will land. The day goes by quick, and you spend it pacing through the castle, going over your notes as best you can, remembering what the priest taught you, remembering what you have to do. They say a person may become a dragon rider at any age, much like horses and their riders, some when they are very young, some as teenagers, and some not until adulthood. To ride a dragon, a person has to bond with the dragon. Once the dragon and the rider have bonded, that dragon will not allow anyone else to mount it while its rider lives, no matter how familiar said person might be. And most importantly, the heir to the kingdom must have bonded a dragon, and you haven't yet. And for that you curse your luck, but today that changes. You will go into the caves at Dragonstone and you will come out on dragonback, or not at all. You pass by a strange room while studying for the night. Outside it, you hear voices. You saw it, one says, so close. Another shushes him quiet, then talks softly, and you lean closer. The people can't know. That beast, it cannot be allowed anywhere near the city. Where is it? An island near Dragonstone. What do we do? What else but pray? You walk away, focused on more important things. A congregation of people adorned in gems with white hair and purple eyes stand on the rocky shore behind you. They crowd in parallel lines as you walk through them. Your siblings, your proud father and pregnant mother among them, A group of drummers behind them bang rhythms that match the pulsing of your frail heart. In front of you, the cave is open, welcoming you in. Your father nods to you as you pass. It is time. Time to prove yourself worthy of the name they gave you. Time to prove yourself worthy of fire and blood. You walk inside the cave, and you are consumed in its darkness. The night is dark and full of terrors. You read that this morning in some religious text, but only truly understand it now as you move through the darkness, watchful, waiting. But though it is dark, it is not silent. You hear the breathing, growling, the tearing apart of their last meals and leaving scraps for the priest to sort through. The Kiri, you say to no one in particular. You read earlier that it meant calm down, but your knowledge has fled you. All the instincts flee you now as you enter the domain of creatures far greater than you. And you can only... What was that? That was closer. Much closer than you thought it would be. You take a step back and fire lights an arc around you. Resplendent fire that surrounds you. And you stand in front of the dragon and it tilts its head to watch you. Green-black scales litter its carapace, and its teeth are as large as the swords of your father's throne. You take a deep breath. You know what to do. You take steps forward, watchful, waiting, and you reach out your hand to touch it. It accepts your touch and bows its head. You are a Targaryen after all. And you go closer and let it smell you. Finally, you've done it. After all the years of failure, you finally claimed the dragon. You've done your duty as heir to the Iron Throne. You study the dragon as you feel her skin, beautiful, but sharp, and you wonder how quickly she could kill you. She roars with a bellow that strikes your eardrums. You feared her, and your scent has changed, and for that she rams you with her head and you fly into the cave wall. She roars a tempestuous howl and stretches her wings, flying into the cave above. You stand up, brush off your clothes and hair. You were rejected, again, but you won't let this get to you. On to the next. You see it after a short while, a small blue dragon curled asleep near the corner of the cave. You approach it, weary not to wake it. Slowly now, careful. Below you hear a snap, and you look down, and your foot stands in the center of a tall oval thing covered in spots. An egg. The dragon opens its eye, and you run with all the strength your legs can muster. The dragon bucks you off. The dragon breathes fire in your eyes. The dragon howls at you, claws at you, bites you, hurls a boulder, launches itself away, screams fury in your ears, blows ash in your eyes, and you stop. You make your way to the cave's entrance. You're a failure. Nothing will change. They will not accept you. It must be in the blood. You can never know. All you do know is that your dream is over. You reach the entrance and you leave the cave. You raise your hands to apologize, and then you see it. Your mother on the ground, crying, the baby in her hands, and your father smiling the widest smile you've ever seen. You stand there for a long while. They don't see you. They don't acknowledge you. They've moved on. You have failed. In your bed at night, you're restless. You know that your mother has just given birth to your replacement, and it's hard to keep dark thoughts at bay. You look to your open window in the corner of your chamber. Then you look to your mother's room, the baby's crib. No, stop, that's not who you are. Even rejected, even if you will never rule, you take it in dignity. After all, there's nothing you can do. Nothing will change the outcome. Nothing. You remember the conversation from the door, an island off of Dragonstone. A beast. It's a fool's hope, a last resort, a final breath, but a hope nonetheless. And an animal is most dangerous, with its final breath. You look to the open window, and take yours. The boat is rocky, but you paddle nonetheless. This could be the wrong island. This could be a foolish thing you've chosen, but what else can you do? You've been given no other choice. You paddle on, and you reach that island in the distance. The shore kisses your feet, and you look down. Strange. It's not sand on the ground, but some black mineral that you can't make out. It's sharp, but you don't mind, and you make for the island's center. Even stranger, the island is barren. There's nothing there, no mountains, no trees, no leaves, no shrubs. Devoid of life, like nothing can grow on it. There is nothing, no beast, no specter that could save you from the rejection you now face. Your hope is extinguished. The fire is faded. You toss your Valyrian steel dagger into the air, and the blade hits the ground. And the ground opens its eyes. Your eyes go wide as you see it there, a golden eye in the center of the ground at your feet, and then you realize it. The island, the ground, is the beast. The earth rumbles its fury as the beast wakes, and you hold on to it for dear life as it stands in the water and shrugs you off. You climb as fast as you can, turning and turning to reach its back before you fall, and when it stands up, you are taller than the castle at Dragonstone. Your head is in the clouds. Your heart beats like a drum, but your eyes light in joy. Finally, you have a beast to call your own, and it is larger, taller and grander than anything anyone else has ever claimed before. They will love you for this, you're sure. They'll beg you to rule them. The beast starts to move, trotting at first, but then unfurling midnight wings into a gallop that shakes the ocean at its feet until it spreads into a transcendent glide and takes for the air. You spread your arms wide in pure joy at the sight. Then you remember your teachings on dragonflight and grip its ears above it to steer. You head for the castle to show your family. But strangely, it does not follow your direction. Instead, it heads the opposite, towards the east. That's found by you, who doesn't like a joyride. Then, you remember what it was you forgot. You remember the beast's name from the texts you read while studying. The name was in a poem, and you recall that poem now as you fly away with the beast underneath you. Lament, O Westeros, where the long night beats its wings with eyes on King's Landing. The black dread is woken. His back covers the very sky. His nails split the mountains. His fire sears hope itself. Valyrion has risen. Woe to those that cross his shadow. The wings beat with the thunder that bangs in your ears. Lightning lights the clouds bright as day. It's been months of flying now, and your skin has seen better days. You howl in the wind for the dragon beneath you to put you down, to take you home. See the earth again, but it does not bend. It does not bow. You look over the edge of its body, half thinking it might be better to meet the earth on your own terms, to deny the dragon its killing joy. But no, you've never been one to give up. Not today, not ever. You hold on tight as it takes you through the world, through the desert and through the snow, through the ash and through the sun, from the east to the west to the north and back again. You hold and don't let go. You are the heir to the Iron Throne, and you give it fire and blood. It takes you to old Valyria, a ruin from an empire ago. It takes you through the twisting mountains and jagged peaks, and then you realize it. It's showing you its home, the sky, the clouds and the mountains of Valyria. You reach out your brittle shaking hands to touch the clouds, and you smile, because you've done it. You are not a failure. You are not a disappointment. You've done it. You are a Rhea Targaryen. No one will ever know it, but in the clouds above the continent, you are a dragon rider. We have told the world that Princess Rhea died of a fever, and that is broadly true. But it was a fever such as I have never seen before and hope to never see again. The girl was burning when she came back. Her skin was flushed and red, and when I laid my hand upon her brow to learn how hot she was, it was as if I had thrust into a pot of boiling oil. There was scarce an ounce of flesh upon her bones, so gaunt and starved did she appear. I could observe certain swellings inside her, as her skin bulged out and then sunk again, as if, no, not as if, for this was the truth of it. There were things inside of her, living things, moving and twisting, mayhap searching for a way out, and gave her such pain that even the milk of the poppy gave her no comfort. We told the king, as we must tell her mother, that Rhea never spoke, but that is a lie. I pray that I shall soon forget some of the things she whispered through her cracked and bleeding lips. I could not forget how often she begged for death. The simplest way to say it is that the poor child was cooking from within. Her flesh grew darker and darker and then began to crack, until her skin resembled nothing at all. This was the story of a Rhea Targaryen from the A Song of Ice and Fire series. As a young child, Rhea was a shy, timid girl, much given to tears, bedwetting, and fears. She was frightened of horses, dogs, boys with loud voices, men with beards, and dancing. Hermes 11, day 48, 2049, August, final log. I record this now because I saw something on our last expedition. They told us it would be quick, simple, routine repairs on lunar satellites orbiting the Earth. They told me that these logs should be quick, accounts of the troubles that we faced and the strategies that we used. They told me that I would see my daughter before her birthday, that I could give her the moon rock I found for her. I record this now because they were wrong. It was the last trip. Sophie, Enoch, and I put on our suits like usual. They were arguing like usual, butting heads. We sealed the pressure chambers and sailed into the familiar void of space, heading for the moon, heading for Luna. We landed on the dusty rock and began our repairs on the satellites. We expected minor damages, tears from debris, and wear from gravity, but what we saw was something altogether different. I can hardly believe it as I say it now. Sophie is an award-winning doctor, Enoch a world-renowned scientist, and I am a well-enough engineer. So when I saw burn marks on the surface of the satellite, I thought myself dreaming. If only I was. If only I could have snapped my fingers and instead have been dancing on the field of fairies with my daughter in my hand. But there were no fairies here. I told them what I saw, and they laughed for a long while before I beckoned them over, and they looked for themselves. That's when the laughing stopped. That's when Sophie and Enoch stopped arguing. The fear had made us family. Only silence remained, and in that silence we heard it, a rippling sound like stones on water. Only it filled our eardrums to bursting and made our limbs feel as jelly. We turned, looking every direction to find its source, but found nothing. The sound came again, sonorous and blinding. In it we heard voices that we could not understand, voices from some place we could not reach. But there was nothing there. Nothing to catch the sound that should not be possible by all scientific reason. And yet, a single, piercing howl shattered our eardrum. We switched to sign language and told each other to go back to the ship. It was getting too dangerous. We needed to leave, now. And then when we got to the ship, it was burning. The fire black, as if made of the darkness of the cosmos. I cried then, though I cannot remember why, or how. I believe it was a beautiful sight in a way. Something that should not be able to burn was burning in a void of space that should not be able to catch fire. Sophie fell to her knees. Enoch begged his God for mercy, and I stood there. Then came the letters in the dust of Luna. I couldn't see anything writing them, but grand, colossal letters emerged in the dust beneath our feet as if being drawn by some great claw. Choose, it said, and we stood frozen for a while there. We all understood it instantly, of that I am sure. The decorum, but our status as humans and not animals made us pause for a moment, acting confused, in order to make ourselves feel separate from the monsters that we were, the monsters that we stood in front of. But when our suits started to catch fire, our true selves emerged. Sophie and Enoch both pointed at me, and I shed a tear for my daughter's birthday, because she would go without her father's gift, and I realized it with my final breath. Dark matter, the beast, the creature that had made the moon its nest, was composed of dark matter, the capacity of which I could not know. I shall leave that for the biologists of the world to sort through. I write this now, for my daughter, because when I closed my eyes, sure that the beast's dark fire would choose me, I opened them to see that Sophie and Enoch were now dust at my feet. I watched the remnants of their skin blister as they melted away, black dust floating in the dim gravity of Luna. And for a second, I could swear, I saw something, a flicker, a creature, wings, and a smile. Fear is a strange thing. It starts small, a flick of the eyes, doubting what you saw, and then it grows. Voices in the walls, faces in the shadows, until you can't help it. You have to check for yourself, prove to your mind that these are only delusions, that you are simply afraid, that all is well. That's what we don't understand about fear, you see. We think that so long as we reach the top of the staircase, turn on the light, and look behind us that the things we fear will hide, that they were never there at all. We think that seeing is believing, and that is our mistake. Fear is believing. The fact that we run gives life to the things behind us. The fact of our hiding gives life to the things that chase. There is nothing more dangerous than life given where it does not belong. For if you see anything, feel anything, believe in anything, it also believes in you. It will feel you, and it can see you. So I hope you will all join me as we journey into a most dangerous kind of believing. Imagine for a moment. You wake up to sounds of drilling. A sunny day, cold or perhaps rainy, you could never know because you live underground. You're a miner for the most valuable resource in all the world, and you haven't seen the sun in a long while now. You gather your mining tools and open the doors of your small hovel to take in your kingdom. They call it the pit. An underground city of miners sprawls before you. The city is short and packed full to bursting with buildings to make space for all the machinery. This city was put together by the surface government to find the rarest mineral in the world, luster. A reflective crystal said to contain enough natural energy to power a whole country above. Wars were fought for your country to have access to this mine shaft. And you make your way to the open cavern in the distance. Your assignment this year, this final year, is to check every inch for your sign of luster. Of course, it's already been double-checked, triple-checked, but you must be thorough when dealing with miracles like luster. And today is your final day. Your final day to saw something. You turn when you see him there. An older man by the entrance to the mining clinic. The injured man talks to every passing miner. But only you stop. Only you listen. We have to stop, he says. Stop looking for this cursed mineral. I am as loyal to this country as any, but we have to stop. He must have been hit by a loose rock in the mines, delirium. But while others leave for their daily tasks, you listen to him as he rambles on. The sun, he says. Do you believe in the sun? You look around, and you're the only one listening, so you answer, yes. Why, he asks you. And you think for a while, because I have seen it. He stops at this. Has it seen you, he asks. And you laugh. What a strange person, what a strange question. It hasn't seen me, he continues. Not for 4 years. Then he sprints at you with a pace beyond the injury of his hand, grabs you by the shoulders and pulls you close. Do not believe in this stone, boy. Do not believe in luster. You shake him off and turn to your assigned cave, hurrying to reach it. What a strange person, you think. What could he possibly mean? The country above really must send in those new miners they promised. A lot of the original ones like you are close to all they can take. But it's your last day. After today, you'll be free. You can see the sun again. You reach your assigned cave, and then you see her there. Saris, your mining partner. 4 years of this, and she's the only constant thing. Ever since the mining league put you two together, it's made the work easier, better in every way. She's tall, and her hands are stronger than yours. She smiles when you approach. Thane, she calls out, looking to you. I thought I'd be waiting all day. You wave her off with a hand, and the two of you take your daily descent into the final, unexplored region of the mines. One last dance. A quiet darkness, but you're used to that. You've never been one to hide from it, even when you were young. You listen for Saris in front of you in the lightless mine. You stop. What was that? Sure that there was something behind you. You listen close in the darkness, but you hear nothing. This way, Saris says ahead of you as you walk, feeling the walls for stone that you might have missed on runs before, and mining the lesser materials that you can. You hear the dark worms as they scurry, burrowing through the rocks around you, harmless creatures. You continue on in the lightless mine, checking the familiar pathways for the blue glow of luster and finding nothing. After a long while of searching all the places you're used to, you decide it's time. Saris agrees and you make your way back to the pit. Finally, your contract is up. You can go back to the surface. You can see your real family again. The entrance. The entrance to the cavern has been cut off by debris. Strange. You hear no shift in the rock. And even stranger, the debris, the new rock that covered up the entrance, shines a bit blue. How curious. You tell Sarah, since she rightly proposes that you spend the night in the mines, and you make your way back to the pit after a rest. You agree, and Sarah leads you for a while until you find a place that works. You set down your tools, your equipment, and make your camp. Food crackles over the fire at the hearth of your camp. It's not usually wise to start a fire in such a cramped environment, but your mining masks help you filter the bad and make more of the good. You watch her as you prepare the food packets. She's the only bad thing about this being your final run. She lives across the country and only came down here to make more money for her sister. When you leave this mine, you'll go your separate ways. That's why this entire day, a small part of you has wanted a reason to stay a bit longer with her. A reason for it not to end just yet. You might not have the sun down here, but there's a light that shines, and you hope she might shine a little bit longer before she goes out. That's when you hear it. Singing? You look around but see nothing unexpected. There's the walls, the scurrying of the worms and the spiders in the rock, but nothing unexpected. Do you hear that? You ask Sarah as she shakes her head. You stand and follow it. You walk down a spiraling cavern for a long while with Sarah behind you. Could that be a person? A miner in need of your help? You increase your pace to a jog and then a run. Who's that? You call out to whoever can hear, but you get no reply. Sarah says you should turn back, but something about that singing, you believe there's something there. An opening in the cavern. An opening that's not on the records. You open wide eyes to find a vast cave filled with the strangest stone you've ever encountered. It's undiscovered. The strange rock it's made of is dull and unassuming, but it's blue. Such a bright color for a stone. In the center of this cave is a cart with rails leading to a place shrouded in darkness. Where do you think it leads? Sarah asks as she walks beside you and you shake your head. You walk up to that dull blue rock and wonder what to call it. Light is shining from inside of it, like something is alive and contained inside it, and you set it down. It's blue, true, but it's not luster. Luster is brighter. You would know luster. But still, where does that cart lead? You think for a while. Should you really? You shouldn't. Most definitely shouldn't. But deep down, a small part of you, one you'd never show to the light, it wants. It believes that there is something down there, a discovery on the other side. And you try to bury it, but it resists. It fights back. And so even as you walk into the cart and activate the rails with Ceres behind you, you tell yourself it's no big deal, nothing at all. And the cart starts to roll down, shaking you and Ceres as you ride it, entering the darkness. You turn your head. You could have sworn there was something there, but you don't see a person. You do notice something though. The other rocks are turning blue. Darkness swallows you. You close your eyes, then open them. It's the same both ways, completely devoid of light. You listen for that singing again, but it does not come. You think that maybe you should call out, but something in you is saying that you should be quiet. Sarah gasps, and then you see it. Blue. Mountains of shining blue minerals as far as the eye can see. Your eyes go wide as the rail reaches a grand cavern, and before you sprawls a city. Towering spires, walls and fortresses. It's old, older than you can ever imagine. And then you hear it. That singing. The cart stops at the city walls. Tall, grand things that stare down on you and Ceres. You look to her, and she nods, and then you enter. The city is a wonder. Nothing above or below could ever compare to the majesty that you partake in now. That blue mineral is everywhere, and it shines so brightly. You think it was morning. You walk on, through the spiring towers and ancient rocks until you see it there, a castle in the distance. You make your way toward it, and go inside to find a room filled with the brightest blue stones you've ever seen. At the center of that room, a luminescent jewel in the rock, luster. You know it. You swear it. You look to Ceres and smile. You'll be praised on the surface for this. Heroes, the legendary miners who finally found more luster. Ceres' sister will get her medicine, and you can do whatever it is you want. You can go anywhere you want. You make your way towards your salvation, and take a breath before you reach out your hand and touch it. A beat, and then nothing. You take the gem, and you head towards the door, laughing as you do. We're the best miners in the world, Sarah says behind you, and you smile at her, taking out your drill and juggling it to impress her like always. She laughs as you flip the drill over and over and you trip. Strange. There's nothing on the ground, but the drill falls down, and as you reach to catch it, you turn it on. Vibrations hum through the ground of the ancient city. The vibrating doesn't stop. It runs and runs until the whole city is shaking beneath its fury. You grab a hold of Ceres as the very earth rips apart beneath you, and out of it comes something you can't make out. A large, horned creature made of stone. The same shining blue stone we call luster. Its body shines with that radiance even as it howls a treacherous note. Its eyes are as black as a starless sky. Its horns shine a luminescent blue you've never seen before. You grab Ceres and run, hoping for escape. It does not follow. You sprint through the city until you reach your cart, your escape, and then you see him there, inside your cart. The old man from this morning, the madman claiming nonsense, and he is singing. He smiles at you and opens his mouth. I believe, he says. I believe. He opens his arms wide, and the ground swallows him. And out of that ground comes that black creature from the castle. It swallows him whole as he smiles there, and then it turns, looking right at you. Ceres yells with all her might. Run away! Stop, you call out, but she doesn't listen, and she runs back to the city. The creature burrows back into the ground. You look to the city, and to the cart. It's empty. In the distance, you see Ceres, howling, screaming, and she is shining with blue light. You head towards the cart. You're a coward. You start the cart. You're a monster. You don't deserve to survive this. You take the cart the way you came. In the distance, you hear her scream, calling for her sister. On your way back, you look upon the rock and your eyes go wide. They're turning blue. Even those minerals far away from the luster blue rocks have started to turn. You remember the sight of that city, one vivid and beautiful, like it almost seemed like people might have lived there. You stop. An infection. It's an infection. You think of the pit, the mining city not too far above this level, and you hurry. You reach the entrance to the pit. The rocks that blocked you are still there, but now they shine in even brighter blue. And inside the lights are shining and twisting and curling like stars. Then you start to dig. You're a coward, it's true, but you have to try. Even if it's just you, even if it's just to leave and survive like the roach that you are, someone has to tell people. Someone has to tell the world about what is coming. You lift the final rock and see the pit. Looks identical to the city below. Blue buildings shine where your mining community had once lived. Blue minerals shine on the rock above. There was no screaming, no crying, no panic, no howling, just stillness. Another city, devoured by the lusting rock. But wait, where are all the people? You walk further in and look for signs of people dead or alive, signs of violence. You find nothing in the medbay, the equipment hold, or your home. Then, you look at the rocks. Now the lights inside them move and dart and trickle and fly, as if they're alive. No, that's not possible. That would mean every single rock is what? Is life? That wouldn't. It couldn't possibly. You cry then. A single sonorous note that rings out like a song. You cry for your mining people, for Ceres, and you reach out your hands. You think about the sun, and you say, I believe. Vibration rings from underneath you. Rumbling, you recognize. This is not a city anymore. This is not a mine, no longer. It is a prison. I believe, you cry. And from below the earth, a creature emerges. And it looks down on you with black eyes and radiant blue skin, peering into you as its horns grow with a luminescent blue that lights the world. Your cruel warden. It shifts its head. I believe, you cry. And as you die, but wait, it hasn't moved. Could it be? It can't see you. It doesn't know that you're there. It can't see you. You'll survive this if you stay still. Don't move. Don't breathe. Don't think. Just stay still. You look down to your feet and see that they're turning blue, turning to rock. A tear falls from your eyes, and you gasp as it falls down, and that tear hits the ground, and all goes black. Sorry if I sound a bit weird here, I caught a cold when I was editing. The Warden is an extremely powerful hostile mob summoned by skulk shriekers in a deep dark biome. The Wardens are said to be completely blind and rely on vibrations, smell, and touch to detect players. It is said that they can be evaded by sneaking, diversions, and snowballs. I decided to do this story after playing some Minecraft for the first time in a very long while, and I didn't know what this creature was until I found it and unfortunately died a bunch of times to it. So make sure to like this video if you enjoyed, as that really helps me a lot. And also please subscribe if you have not already. I recently made a TikTok, so if you're on there, please help me out by following. And I have a Patreon where I plan to start uploading videos a day earlier so supporters can have them as soon as it's finished. Check it out for my scripts, or just simply support the channel so I can make more videos more frequently and at a higher quality. Good news, I'm working on a book, so keep out for that. Also, join the Discord. We have fun there. Thank you for watching.